Alright, now on to my DVD rack. So, from there to there's video games. From there to there's movies. Then from there to there's shows. And then DVDs, VHS. Very simple. I also have a couple movies down there that I'm going to have to get out. And then I'm going to have to get out my DS games from there. But yeah, so let's get into it. I learned how to record videos like right in between these last two, so that was fun. So my video games. We've got Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, because I'm a hoe for Final Fantasy VII. This game is real weird, and its saving system is not that great, but I like a challenge every once in a while, so I might try and finish it. Final Fantasy X and X-2, which were some of the biggest parts of my childhood, like that cover and that cover, like those are iconic images that I remember from my childhood. Then I have Final Fantasy XII because we had 2 copies. Fun fact, we also had 2 copies of the collector's edition casing. So I have a collector's edition for a game I've never played, and I don't know if I'll enjoy. So that's fun. Then I have Dragon Quest VIII Journey of the Cursed King. This game has pissed me off a whole lot, but I'm still playing it because I really like the story, and there have been moments that I've really liked it, and I want to finish it. But it's pissing me off. And then, of course, Grandia 3. Alice Madness Returns and Eve the Evil Within for PS3. And then, actually, if I go down here real fast, I also have the first Infamous Borderlands Game of the Year edition, and then Skate 3 for the PS3. And then I have a TNA wrestling game for the PlayStation 2, because, you know, why not? And then I have some PSP games, because I actually have a PSP. Its battery doesn't hold a charge very well, but I still have it. So I have a Luxor game, Assassin's Creed Bloodlines, Silent Hill Origins, Valhalla Knights 3. Have not played any of these 3 at all. Played that one very briefly. SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 is my fucking jam. Rey Mysterio on campaign mode is what I was doing last time I touched it, and I haven't played since. And then we've got my favorite game of all time, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy VII, which, bro, when I found out that a YouTuber that I've been watching for a while, like, that he liked the game a whole lot, I was like, no one likes that game. And I'm actually referring to 2 YouTubers. I'm referring to Cry and then DX Army. So that's fun. And then I have my GameCube games. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, Lord of the Rings The Third Age, Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition that has 4 different Zelda games in it. Has the OG Zelda, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. And then Zelda 4 Swords Adventure. And then this is a disc that you put into a GameCube that allows you to play Game Boy games. And then we get into some movies. So Big Hero 6, a movie that as much as I love, I'm like never going to be able to rewatch because I know I'm going to cry and I don't want to. The Hobbit movies, I have the extended edition for all 3 of them. And then I have my 3 Studio Ghibli movies that I really love, Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and Howl's Moving Castle. This is actually not the Fullmetal Alchemist anime in there. It's Conqueror of Shambhala. Got it from a friend of mine. I think I bought it off her for like a couple dollars. She was not a big fan of it, but I liked it mainly because I love the original Fullmetal Alchemist's Wrath, because he's just a cute little kid and I really like him. Then I have Death Note, Soul Eater, and Cowboy Bebop all on DVD. Then I have Daria, and then I have Gotham Season 1. I actually not only have the entirety of Daria, but I also have like the movies and stuff that they made, which is cool. And then we get into more movies. So, there's so many. I'm just gonna rattle them off, and if I hate the movie but I own it for some reason, I'll say. So, good lord, the light is not helping. Attack the Block, Corpse Bride, Dark Shadows, Donnie Darko, great movie. Fifth Element, great movie. Freedom Writers, great movie. Hellboy, Interview with the Vampire, Kick-Ass, Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2, because of course I have to own that. Office Space, The Outsiders, Princess Bride, great movie. Solo, bad movie, but I enjoyed it. Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Hot Fuzz is the superior movie, just so you know. It is the better one. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and then my trio of beauties that are not connected. Clueless and Heathers, I both love. I like Mean Girls and all, but I don't think it's nearly as good as people say it is. I know that's blasphemy, right? Girl Next Door, which is a really good movie that does not get enough appreciation, I feel. Not Another Teen Movie. It's pretty funny, I guess. It's a parody movie. 10 Things I Hate About You, which is really good. Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider. Final Fantasy The Spirits Within. The only reason I own it is because it says Final Fantasy. I'm not really that big of a fan of the story, but I'm a big fan of Advent Children. Spider-Man Homecoming and Black Panther, because duh. The Bee Movie, because I hate myself. Bridge of Terabithia. Ice Age, The Meltdown, and Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs, because I hate myself and I like the Ice Age. I like the first 3 Ice Age movies. Neverending Story and Neverending Story 2. We don't talk about that one. This one is better. Paranorman, which is a really good movie. Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and Sea of Monsters, which both fucking suck, but I own them anyway because of him. Because of Logan Lerman. That is not a flattering picture of him, but because of Logan Lerman. Princess Diaries 1 and 2. Good. Shrek the Third. I enjoy it a lot. I really like that one. It's actually my favorite. And then Spiderwick Chronicles. Peace. On to the next. Here we get into my kid movies. Like my hella kid movies. So I have 2 Care Bears movies. Most of the Care Bear stuff that I own, like if it doesn't say movie, it's just a collection of episodes, and both of these are just a collection of episodes. I have Happy Feet, which I have not watched in a long time, and I feel like I should watch or get rid of. Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch Has a Glitch, which I haven't watched in a long time. And then A Very Minty Christmas, The Princess Promenade, and then the Runaway Rainbow. We fuck with classic My Little Pony. Because of course we do. That was my shit growing up. Over the Hedge, which don't ask why they're so dirty. I don't know either. It just got like that one day and I just accepted it. Over the Hedge is a good fucking movie that a lot of people did not appreciate. Then I have the Pokemon Collector's Set, which has 4 Pokemon movies on it. It has Pokemon Heroes, Pokemon Forever, Destiny Deoxys, and then Jirachi Wishmaker. And honestly, I feel like the first one I believe is the one with Cerebi, and then the Deoxys one are the best ones out of those 2, but it's been a while. I'll have to rewatch them. I have The Secret of Nim, which I haven't watched ever, and then I have Pooh's Heffalump movie, because I'm also a big Winnie the Pooh fan, and I will never get rid of my Winnie the Pooh movies. And then I have my 2 Barbie movies, Barbie and the Nutcracker and Barbie of Swan Lake. I would have more if I didn't give away Mermaidia and Fairytopia like a dumbass, because those movies fucking slap, and I'm very upset with myself that I don't have them anymore, because I really liked those movies. But I really like Barbie and the Nutcracker and Barbie of Swan Lake. I think Barbie and the Nutcracker is the superior one, but I think both of them are good. The animation is god-awful, and it's really cringy, but I like them. They're nostalgic. And then I have 2 more Care Bears things, and then I have some more My Little Pony. This is Kimono's birthday one. You get it if you buy Kimono, I believe you got it for free, which is why I own it. I owned 2 copies at one point, actually. And then I have this thing for the Popples. It's 2 episodes from like the show, which, does anyone remember the Popples? Because I very vaguely remember them, but that's about it. And then a little bit of Blue's Clues. Some more Winnie the Pooh. A Journey Through Fairyland, which, like, A Journey Through Fairyland is good. It's just every time I tried to watch it, I'd be really tired, so I'd fall asleep. Because I couldn't have the volume up, like, too much, because it would be late at night, and since it's a VHS, I couldn't put subtitles on. But yeah, Shrek 2, iconic, of course. Scooby-Doo, 2002, one of the best fucking movies, and I will not stand anyone saying this movie is not good. And then Dark Crystal. I don't have to say anything else about that. And then we get into my non-kids movies. I own a lot of VHS tapes, by the way, if you could not tell. Shifting how I'm sitting so it's a little more comfortable. So, there we go. Alien Resurrection, which is probably the worst Alien movie that's ever been released, but, oh fuck, what's his name? There's a dude in it who's really hot. Also, Winona Ryder's in it, and she's also really hot. And I also just like her character. And then Legally Blonde, Crybaby, Miss Congeniality, and Buffy the Vampire Slayer, aka defining pieces of cinema for my life. Like, these were like my childhood. Bring It On would also be a part of this if my mom didn't refuse to let me have the copy of Bring It On. And I need to get a copy of that movie because Bring It On is amazing, and so are those. Like, for example, she learns to not only appreciate, like, Vivian and that type of girl, but she also realizes she doesn't have to sacrifice her femininity to be smart and powerful. That one's just because it's a good musical and I find it more enjoyable than Grease. This one is very similar to that, except she goes from being, like, internally misogynistic and sexist to, like, realizing just because women embrace femininity and do pageants doesn't mean they're lesser. And then this one is she takes on responsibility that she doesn't want to because she knows that she's the only person who can save the town. And it's really good, and I like them a lot. Yeah. Then we have Robin Hood, Men in Tights. That's all I can say about that one. Dazed and Confused, one of my favorite movies. It's just a chill movie. American Beauty, which we don't talk about. We won't talk about the dude who stars in it. However, one thing I will say is American Beauty is one of those movies that, as much as I fucking hated the ending and as much as it pissed me off, I really enjoy it. And also, a lot of DIY punk bands have this obsession with American Beauty, so I feel like I have to like American Beauty out of respect for the DIY community. Panic Room, Jodie Foster and Kristen Stewart are in it. So you've got two women who have been in relationships with women or are in relationships with women in it. And I don't know, I just like Jodie Foster and I like Kristen Stewart. Don't ask me why. Probably because I just don't like that people make fun of her because I don't think she's that bad. Everybody always goes in on her, and it's like, you know what? Leave her alone. Also, Jared Leto's in it, so if you like Jared Leto, he's attractive, but he's a piece of shit. In the movie, and possibly in real life, so that's fun. Murder by Numbers, which is a Sandra Bullock movie that, ya boy Ryan Gosling is in. He has some, like, major fucking, like, violently homoerotic energy with the other character that he's working with in the movie, and, like, I think that's the main reason why I like it, is just because I'm like, that's some gay shit. Anyway, The Craft, which I am actually not happy that they're remaking The Craft, for one reason. Stop remaking things. They don't need to be remade. There's no reason for remakes whatsoever. The only acceptable remake is the reboot of the Fruits Basket anime, because that's being done for, like, a reason. It's being done so that the anime properly follows the manga and actually gets to finish the story out. The Craft is just getting remade because people like it, I guess. or I don't want to say that like specifically about The Craft, but there's so many movies that are only getting remade because people like them, or like the company that's remaking them. Disney, every time they make a live action remake, they're just doing it for money, and like no, literally stop making remakes and give people's like, you know, original plot pitches and shit like that the space to thrive. That's it. That's all I have to say. Alright, let's move on. Silence of the Lambs, because of fucking course. Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. I really don't know who Scott Glenn is, but those two? Iconic. Dead Poet Society, because of course. You know who that is? It's Robin Williams. It's a good movie. Dead Poet Society, like, physically made me ill with how much it affected me and, like, made me cry. And then we have Jurassic Park and The Lost World, because... duh. My hand got really fucking, like, weak for a second there. This, I believe, is Beatrix Potter. Yes. It's beautiful. I also love Beatrix Potter a whole lot. I just don't have any of my, like, little Beatrix Potter books with me, because they're all in Columbus, where I come from. And I have my 4 Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, The Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders, and The Legend of the Vampire. These 3, out of all the, like, actual, like, Scooby-Doo gang movies, these 3 are the best. And then add in, like, the Chupacabra one, and you have, like, my favorite, like, movies that were played on Cartoon Network of all time. And then the Ghoul School is pretty good. I wish people didn't sexualize the fucking students, though. That they would not do that. That would be cool. And then my last one. Very far down. So I have a Sailor Moon movie. It's Sailor Moon Super S Black Dream Hole. Which I really don't like that name. I feel like it should be Black Hole Dream. But I really want to watch it soon, and then, like, as someone who doesn't have much of a history from Sailor Moon, like, talk about it. And I also, like, want to watch Sailor Moon, because Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal are both on Hulu, so I'm like, about to get in on that. And then the first and second Care Bears movies, both of these are, like, the loves of my life. I can never remember which plot is which. Okay, so I think I know which one's which. I might do a video where, like, I talk about these 2 movies, and there it is. I might do a video where I talk about these 2 movies. One thing I will say is, very unfortunately, there is porn for even the, like, kids that are in the Care Bears universe. So, like, I know, like, Rule 34, but, like, why? Why? I don't understand. And then we have another Care Bear, like, one that has multiple episodes. Then we have the Tigger Movie and Piglet's Big Movie, 2 character-focused Winnie the Pooh movies. And my 2 Halloween ones, which I actually need to watch those. Spookable Pooh and Booty You 2. And then I have 2 more. I have Seasons of Giving and then The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. And then I have a copy of the original Alice in Wonderland Disney movie. I have a copy of the first Mulan, which I completely glossed over. I have Mulan 2 up there. For the longest time, I only owned Mulan 2. That actually got caught in my fucking VHS player for a while. And I was, because the power went out and it was in there. And I remember I was, like, crying. And then I have Oliver and Company, which is another movie, like Big Hero 6, I'm, like, really afraid to watch, because Oliver and Company starts with the kitten, I believe Oliver is the kitten, being in a box with other kittens that's, like, just being given away, and no one takes him, and, like, he has to be there all alone and watch his siblings get taken, and it hurts me, because I love cats so much. 101 Dalmatians, the live-action remake, this is valid. The, every other live-action remake that's been made, not valid. And this is coming from somebody who liked the remake of Beauty and the Beast. So, like, Mary Poppins, because, duh, icon. Peter Pan, because I used to say that I was dating Peter Pan when I was little. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. This, you know, everyone talks about Road to El Dorado. No one talks about Sinbad, and, like, Sinbad is an icon. Sinbad has sexy-ass villain. There she is. She's hot. Also because there's a dog. And then there's the really bad 3D CG Kraken. I don't know why they tried to do that 3D instead of 2D, but they did, and here we are. Secret Garden, which I haven't watched in fucking years, and I might actually do, like, I don't want to do a book was better kind of thing, just because that's not me. It's not my series. But I do want to read The Secret Garden, and then watch the movie and just kind of talk about the story in general. I won't really be comparing them probably, but I do want to just, like, talk about it, because it's a big classic, and my mom and, like, my aunt really love it, and, like, everyone in my family does, but I don't remember much about it. So I just want to see, like, how I feel about it. And, of course, the beginnings of 2 iconic trilogies, because I don't acknowledge anything after the third ones. Shrek and Ice Age, which I both love. Love both of them. Bad fucking... I'm dumb. Anyway, the other movies, since I'm... God damn it. Waiting. Ryan Reynolds is in it. Justin Long is in it. Anna Faris is in it. Andy Milonakis is in it. Fucking Dane Cook is in it. It's good. It's fun. Ryan Reynolds plays a dude who apparently preys on high school girls, which is not cool or good at all, but it's a funny movie for the most part. I have another copy of Not Another Teen Movie. It's the uncensored version. I do not remember what the difference between this and the original one is at all. By the way, that actor, the blonde one, why is he so hot? Also, high key, like, this movie sucks, but it nails everything with the token black guy, like, trope that they make fun of in the movie. And, like, honestly, for a parody movie, it's kind of woke. Especially considering it's from, like, 2000 or some shit. Also, by the way, that is Chris Evans, and I love it. That is Chris Evans, and I love it. Chris Evans, I love you, and I want to marry you. It's a very strange thing to say. Boys Don't Cry. This movie is about Brandon Tina. I don't know if they use the name Brandon Tina. They use, like, the exact story. And I haven't seen it, but what it's based off of is the murder of a transgender man from my home state of Nebraska. And honestly, I'm, like, really afraid to watch that movie because I feel like it's gonna, like, make me physically ill. And then I have the first Pokemon movie. So yeah. Wait, what does it have? Never before seen Pokemon footage. Oh my god. Look at that fucking Pikachu. So there's that. I need to get my my DS games out. You know how I'm gonna do that? Yank. And then I have so all of them are in here. I have Rocket Slime, and then I don't have a box, but I also have Dragon Quest 9, Sentinels of the Star Skies, Kingdom Hearts 3D, Dream Drop Distance, Naruto Powerful Shippuden, peep the spelling error, Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds, Style Savvy Trendsetters, Pokemon X, Super Smash Bros, Pokemon Moon. I used to have Pokemon Sun, but I gave it away to my ex, and no, I don't regret it. And that's not me being sarcastic, like, I genuinely don't regret it, because I never would have finished it anyway. Because Moon is superior. Look at that. Anyway. Pokemon Omega Ruby. Ocarina of Time 3D. Pokemon Ultra Moon. Look at that beauty. And then Style Savvy Fashion Forward, which is iconic, and I really need to get a hold of the last Style Savvy game because that shit looks so fun. I'm opening my Game Boy. Okay. I have Tetris, Metroid Fusion, Pac-Man Collection, this thing that has Life, Yahtzee, and Payday on it, which are board games, but it's not a board game. Miss Pac-Man, which this game kind of sucks, but I still own it. And then Dr. Mario. On the other side, what do we got? The OG Fire Emblem. We have another Fire Emblem. What's it called? Sacred Stones. Final Fantasy IV Advance. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls. The original Super Mario Bros. Final Fantasy Tactics. Right? Yeah. So, oh no, that's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I'm dumb. So yeah. That's my DVD, rack. And then all of my video games. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to make a video. Ah ha ha. So like I said with my bookshelf, I hope that being able to see like the movies and the video games and stuff that I like, as well as the books, that just kind of gives you an idea of what kind of content that I enjoy and the kind of stories that I typically like. I will say I feel like I enjoy different genres of movies to the genres that I enjoy for books. Just because, you know, movies are a different medium. Movies are a more visual medium of storytelling, whereas books are not. So that's probably the biggest difference between the way that I enjoy movies and the way that I enjoy books. But yeah, that should give you an idea of what I do and do not like. So I hope that you enjoyed. And actually, I just want to say that when I said I learned how to make videos in between filming the bookshelf tour and then this, that's a lie. I'm just a dumbass and I don't give enough of a fuck about, like, making things easy for myself. So, yeah, hopefully this video turns out decently edited. Bye!